What's up, everybody? It's Danny from the Constitution State here today. Today's video comes from Middletown, Connecticut, and involves the Middletown Police Department. I have no idea who took this video. I can't find the original page, so if anybody knows, let me know and I'll add it in. But any department that has a whole wall dedicated to the Blue Line and the Blue Line gang, you could pretty much put your money on they're going to be tyrants.
Right now, I'm just asking you some questions.
For what purpose?
For actually filming down back there in our private parking area.
Okay, is that a crime?
It is right now. Do you have your ID?
No, it's not a crime right now.
Can you grab your ID for me, please?
No. Am I being detained for a crime?
Dispatch. We'll be out with a party. Maine and...
Am I being detained?
Presently, right now.
For what?
So I can figure out what's going on.
That's not a crime.
Okay, why don't you grab your ID for me?
No.
You're refusing to...
Why don't you tell me what crime I'm committing?
Okay, right now, you're a suspicious party.
That's not a crime.
It is a crime right now. I'm trying to figure out what's going on.
It's not a crime.
Okay, why don't you grab your ID for me so I can identify you?
No.
You're refusing to be ID'd right now.
That's correct.
Okay, sit tight for just a second.
And your name is Peck, badge number 7099.
Are you okay? Are you having a medical condition?
I'm fine.
Okay, because you're shaking quite a bit.
Yeah.
Are you on any drugs right now?
I'm talking to an armed guy who's threatening me.
I'm a police officer.
So, you know,
I'm a state-certified police officer.
To be.
I haven't threatened you at any point. I'm just trying to determine what's going on.
Yeah, you've got your hand on your gun.
I have my hand resting on my
belt.
belt.
You're telling me I'm committing a crime, which I'm not.
Okay, you're a suspicious party right now, so I'm just stopping to speak to you.
Well,
I'm trying to determine who you are, why you're filming the back area of the police department. That's all I'm doing.
Okay, well.
You're refusing to be ID'd right now. You're not going to supply your identification.
I'm not going to consent to anything.
Okay, I'm not asking you to consent. I'm asking you for your ID so I can verify who you are.
Well, my answer is no.
Okay.
You're asking me for it, I'm telling you no.
Sit tight for just a second, that's great.
Okay, what crime are you detaining me for?
You're a suspicious party right now.
Because you need reasonable suspicion that I'm committing a crime.
Right.
What crime?
You're a suspicious party right now, wandering around, filming a city building.
That's fine that you think I'm suspicious,
but
but what crime do you suspect me of committing?
Okay, I just explained to you. You can continue to talk in circles.
That's not a crime. You told me it's not a crime.
I told you that you're a suspicious party who's walking around
but not of a crime.
Filming personal
Just the guy you don't like.
I've never met you before.
So what do you suspect me of doing?
I'm not sure. That's what I'm trying to determine right now.
Well, you need to have that to be able to detain me.
Okay, I'm not sure where
you
got your law degree.
So right now you're illegally detaining me.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you are.
Conducting an investigation, I'm speaking to you.
You are illegally detaining me. If you're just conducting an investigation, I can go. But you told me I'm being detained.
No, you are while I conduct an investigation to try to determine who you are.
You need a crime that you suspect me of committing.
Sir, I'm not going to talk over you. I'm going to explain to you what's going on right now.
I mean, I'm just explaining you should know the law. You're a police officer.
And I've already explained to you why I've stopped you to speak to you.
Okay, well.
Okay? So the only reason that I'm trying to speak to you is because you're walking around the police department, filming the private areas of the police department, the back of the building, the front of the building. I got to determine who you are.
Well, I've explained to you the law that you need to know, so I'm not really going to talk to you
I'm not sure where you got your criminal degree or your law degree, but I think you might want to get your money back on that one, okay? Sit tight for just a second, sir.
This is Officer Schreiner.
Doing
What's your badge number?
8666. How you doing? What's going on today? Are you alright? You're shaking a lot. Okay?
Do you have identification on you? Are you a resident of Middletown? Sir? Are you suffering from a medical condition?
Are you physically okay right now? It's a simple question. Was he in the back?
Yeah, he was actually right up on the back sidewalk, filming the lower arcade.
Oh, we got a real disaster here.
You know why we're making contact with you, sir? Sir, are you aware why we're making contact with you?
I already informed Officer Peck that I wasn't going to speak to you anymore, so...
I didn't hear you say that. I apologize. I missed you when you said that.
I made it pretty clear.
Did you hear what happened in Meriden not too long ago? Sir, did you hear what happened in Meriden not too long ago?
I already informed Officer Peck I'm not going to speak to you, so if you have something to say to me, fine, but I'd like to be on my way.
Down on the back sidewalk.
Be on your way in a second. I just want to explain to you why we're talking. Okay?
I
do that. About 3 weeks ago, someone shot about 9 to 15 rounds off in the back of Meriden Police Department, hitting cruisers, hitting the building. All right, it kind of heightens our awareness a little bit about people being around the back lot when it's unsecured and we have people coming in. All right, that's why we're. All right, it's the only reason I'm talking to you. I'm aware you didn't do anything. That's fine. Have a good rest of your day.
Okay. You are aware that you took an oath to uphold the Constitution. You just violated my constitutional rights. You're required to suspect me of a crime before you detain me. Are you aware of that?
Yes.
So, what crime did you suspect me of committing? Do you feel bad when you violate your oath? You swore an oath to protect us and to uphold the Constitution. Do you feel any guilt when you don't uphold that oath? What about you, sir? What's your name and badge number? Officer Maturo. Do you feel guilt when you violate people's constitutional rights? You took an oath to honor the Constitution. How do you feel about that?
So he needs his ID for something that's not illegal. It's only illegal this second for right now because he said so. That doesn't make sense. It's either illegal or it's not illegal. What is it? You don't get to pick and choose when something's illegal and when something's not. It either is or isn't. Who wouldn't be scared? An armed thug comes up and kidnaps you, tells you you're not free to leave, tells you you're detained for something that's 100% legal. They're telling you something that's legal is a crime right now just because they want to hem you up, because they want your ID. I'd be scared too. This is normally when things get made up and people get arrested. And as we all saw, he told him why he was shaking. So he said, armed guy, and the guy says, no, I'm a police officer. Well, it doesn't really matter if you're a police officer. If you're acting outside the bounds of the law, you're a criminal. So I would be shaking too. As he said, he has no crime at all. He just wants to know what's going on. It's not a reason to detain somebody. It's not a lawful reason to detain somebody. He said, I'm not asking you to consent. That's exactly what he's asking him to do. Is he that slow? He doesn't know what that's what consent means? He truly said he's walking around filming a public building. That's suspicious. I think it's suspicious that a guy with a gun wants to go tell a citizen he's not free to move and he's not free to do what he wants to do because he wants his ID to run him for warrants. I find that suspicious. Way more suspicious than somebody walking around with a camera filming in public. And the cop truly said, oh, I don't know where you got your law degree. Luckily, you don't need a law degree to figure out these basic things. Anybody with Google can figure it out. The police just haven't yet. And even after snubbing him here with this little diss he tries doing, at the end, he admits that he knows he needs a crime. He's investigating. What's he investigating? He's not even investigating a crime. He's already said that. So he's just detaining him just to harass him. He says here, if you're filming the back of the building, the front of the building, any of the public areas of the building, they need to determine who you are, which is absolutely not true and not legal. Now, does the cop have a law degree? Because I know to be a lawyer, to do any of these other things, you have to go to school for years and years. A lot more than 6 months of training, right? So I don't think the cop has a law degree either. Yeah, he's already said he's all right, and he's already said why he's shaking. I don't know why this other fine officer didn't fill him in and say, yeah, he said he's shaking because there's one armed guy here. Now there's two armed guys here, so yeah, he's probably shaking even more. And now we have three armed guys approaching a guy with a camera for absolutely no reason at all. So this video was covered in 2022 by a few different channels on Facebook, no real channels that I know. But so I'm assuming it happened around that. I went and tried to find what they were talking about happened in Meriden, and there's no articles on it. There's no nothing on it. So it couldn't have been that serious. Did the guy who shot at Meriden do it with a camera? Did he record himself doing it? Was he on foot? And he even admitted here they needed a crime to detain somebody, and he knew that. So he knew they were violating his rights and just chose to keep going with it. This is policing in Connecticut. This nonsense needs to stop, and these criminals need to start being held accountable. Not just lawsuits. They need to start being charged for the criminals they are and going to jail like the criminals they are. Let me know what you guys think. Leave it in the comments. We'll talk about it. I'll see you in the next one.